Hello again, everybody. It's me, Michael Feinstein, here at the Songbook Foundation Archives and Library. And today I'm going to speak briefly about the performing life of an artist, because one of the things that's fascinating about the profession of a musician is that I learned very early on that the life of touring is a very individual and sometimes solitary pursuit, very fulfilling and a unique experience that people seem to be fascinated by. There is the number of technical requirements involved in getting from one place to another and putting a show together and traveling with it. And so many of the artists whose collections we hold had what we call road cases. And these road cases would house music, the music that the orchestra or band would play, as well as other accoutrements that were needed for the success of a show. And in this case, this is the road case of the iconic Sammy Davis Jr., whom I met one night when Liza Minnelli took me to his home. These pieces of music were actually in this road case. When I acquired this, I bought it because of the music, and I had no idea that the road case came along with it. But it tells a wonderful story. And this is one of the stickers that adorned all of Sammy's road cases. And of course, there was a stage manager and a road manager who were responsible for seeing that all this stuff arrived safely. And back in those days, if the music didn't arrive safely, you were in trouble because you'd have an orchestra and you wouldn't have any music to play. So these very durable cases were manufactured to great strong specifications and have wheels so they could be carted from one place to another. Now everything is digital and virtual, and if you don't have a piece of music, you can get it off the computer or have it sent and have it instantly, or play it from a tablet. But the piles and piles of music and the thousands and thousands of trees that were sacrificed were all part of what was needed to make a show successful. Over here we have some other memorabilia, some physical things related to different careers. This being a towel that commemorates the legacy of the Andrews sisters, who were the most successful vocal harmony group of many decades, and we have a beautiful archive of their memorabilia thanks to Robert Boyer. And this is a picture of the Andrews sisters in action, and I don't know if that came from a magazine or a souvenir book, because as entertainers we also often had souvenir books that would be sold at the different venues. And then there were other kinds of merchandise, and in this case, from my own memorabilia, and I feel like I'm doing an archaeological dig into my own remains when I look at these things. This is a t-shirt from a show called Let's Call the Whole Thing Gershwin, a musical review from 1979 in which I was an artistic consultant. This is a t-shirt that was made as a commemoration of an evening when Cal State LA paid tribute to me. I don't know why, but on that occasion, which was October 27th, 1989, the great Sammy Cahn wrote a parody for me that he sang that night. There's no Michael like this Michael we know. That's all I remember of it, but I have it somewhere. And this is a t-shirt that was sold when I did a concert with the North Coast Men's Chorus, and this, I can't tell you the year. Now, one of the prize effects in this collection is a dress we have. You're wondering if it was mine. It's not. This dress belonged to Ella Fitzgerald. She wore this dress throughout the 1960s and into the early 70s, and she performed at the Waldorf Astoria on March 30th, 1971, the Empire Room. And this is a photograph of Ella in action that night from 1971. So it's wonderful to be able to see this photograph of her and see this beautiful dress, which is very, very well preserved. You know, it's another part of the performing life that we have to make sure that we are appropriately attired and that we have all of the different accoutrements that we need to make the show successful. And I've often said that the performance of a song is not the hardest part of performing, it's everything else. Or as Elaine Stritch once said, it's not the work, it's the stairs. So I hope that all of this has given you a little bit of a glimpse into what it's like to be performing on the road. It's sometimes grueling, but it's also wonderful. So thank you for being with us, and you can find out more about us at thesongbook.org. I'm Michael Feinstein.